Okay. Let's continue on our Africa journey. We are flying alongside on the left side of Lake Malawi. In I would like to name the district, but so we are in Tanzania. We have left Mozambique, and as we are flying alongside the lake here, this is the, what do you call it, appendix down of Tanzania. If I'm reading the map correctly. Yep. So we're steadily moving upwards in Africa. Let's remove some stuff. Oop. No, wrong button. Oop. Yes. We have gas. And we will not forget this one, as I did a casual flight with this aircraft in Sweden, which I will post momentarily. I forgot to remove the cover from the pedo, so I had no airspeed indicator, so I had to go around and land again, jump out of the aircraft, fix the problem, and then take off again. Sorry, coffee time. So I'm learning this aircraft more and more, and I'm liking it more and more. It's kind of nice. I have this 6-year-old Samsung reading thingy pad, and I try to do charts on it, but it's way too slow. I'm usually, in my private world, I'm an Apple boy, so my private life, I'm an Apple boy, so this thing I got from work, and it's so old, it doesn't work anymore. And we'll see if I ever get enough money to buy myself a top-of-the-line iPad. I will do that. But now, let's do some flight simming. We need some lights, and the lights goes on automatically when you have this at max. If you put it down to all the way down, like it says click, click, did you hear it? Then you turn off your nav lights also. So this is click, nav lights on, and then you adjust your avionics brightness with this one. This is the instrument brightness. It's very bright outside today in Tanzania, so well, leave it at that. Fuel. It's on the right side of 12, so we'll do the right fuel tank. We'll do some of that. We'll do some of that. We have fuel. We do a couple of those. Just crack it. It's like it's turning on my old lawnmower. And off we go. Let it stabilize. We'll give it about 1000 RPMs and let it sit there for a while we turn on the avionics. Forgot to say clear prop. Beep 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 boop 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 boop. Okay. Enter. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna check something here. I'm gonna check VFR nej. FR transponder code for just out of curiosity. Yep, the code is 7000. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do some VFR flying. 329. We can put the course at 329, but we will actually just do a touristy flight. And I forgot it. Luckily, I have 329. 3, 2, 9, somewhere around. Whoop, and then use mouse click. There. We might as well do the run up here. Where is the runway? Where is the runway? There is the runway. Do we have? No. 2. Runway 06, so we're going to start to yep. Okay. We want 2000 RPM, and this is constant speed propeller, so we have to be, we can't just put it there, we need to wait for it to stabilize. And blah, 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 blah. So yeah, if this was real world flight, we wouldn't fly, because a drop in 200 for the magnetos is way too much. I think the checklist states 150, and I heard Gatcomb on YouTube say that, well, you don't want anything more than a drop of anything more than 75. So yeah. Now here's an interesting thing. Well, can I do... Let's do some guesswork here. If I put it at 2000 RPMs, like so, and then we, because we are quite high up, 2500, maybe we can do some adjusting here. At least some, to get the most. If somebody knows, please tell them in the comments what I should do when I'm already at an altitude to set the mixture correctly. Anyhow, let's taxi out to the runway. Radio. Announce taxi.
Foxtrot Lima Kilo Yankee traffic. SE Tab Tango Alpha Bravo 71 is taxiing to runway 6. Foxtrot Lima Kilo Yankee traffic.
That was the parking brake. Now, it's quite difficult to see where the runway is. We're going to take off. Yeah, so we have to taxi, backtrack, taxi. So we'll do the whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch the propeller, watch the propeller. Watch the propeller. No, where is the runway? Ah! Okay, so this is the end of the runway, and that's the... So that's the runway, okay. when I landed here on the last Africa flight, it was I think it was a wet patch in the middle of the runway, so I didn't dare to taxi over it. Are we stuck now? Well, this is a... yeah, this is something. This is why you need Tundra tires. I would like to announce takeoff so I can backtrack, but just we'll just deal with it. I think we are on the runway now. Yeah. Imagine doing career flight here. You'll get dinged just for sitting in the aircraft. Let's do some shores. Menu. Well, maybe I should use this one for once. So distance, ground speed 13.2. Okay. I'm a little bit curious on how this looks on the outside. Do we kick up any gravel? No, we're not. Now this was the part where I thought, so there was water here. This is a road or something, yeah, or a pathway. Uncommon. This is going to be a long flight for you viewers. We're 18 minutes in and we haven't even left the ground yet. Let's turn the electric trim on, and this is enough. Okay. Right. Let's just do a check here. All right. So we have, just for the fun of it, heat. No, we definitely not want heat. We want that off. Because it is almost 30 degrees Celsius outside, so yeah. Sorry, I'm having my allergies are acting up. Are we happy with this? Yes, now we're happy. We have the flaps, we have the lights, We have the fuel pump, we have the yokes, we have the... Yep, bip, 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 bip. We have the parking brake off. Depart. We want to depart. Ooh. Straight out. Let's call it straight out.
Yankee traffic. SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo 71. Taking off runway 6, straight out departure. Foxtrot Lima Kilo Yankee traffic.
So we will turn it up to about 2000 RPM, let the governor catch, and then full power. Everything seems to be working. It's a little bit bumpy, bumpy. I don't even know if I'm in the middle of the runway. Here comes the road. Whoop-de-doo. It's time to get up in the air. So I didn't trim for takeoff. Always something. Now, my idea is to fly low and enjoy the views, so we'll just pull back to 2.5 and then the prop to 2. Seems like we'll leave the fuel pump on a little while longer. We're now on the left side, so we'll leave the fuel pump on and we'll set the left tank. And now we can turn off the fuel pump. Turn on the anti-collision lights because it's so bright outside. Maybe someone will see us. And we'll head out north. I am thinking we'll keep ourselves around 3,500 feet, 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet, around about there. We won't be too nitpicky with that. Yeah, I'm happy there with the mixture. Oh. Zoom this thing out. Hello, 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 hello. And now we can enjoy flying along the coastline, or let's do some lights. So we just jump into the graphics. We do have an autopilot, but I actually, well, I say I want to hand fly and then I end up using the autopilot anyway, so we'll see. This is my flight and I fly how I want to. So we have set up our mixture, we have set up our prop. We can do some more speed. Let's see what this chart says. It says, right, now this is okay. So we have the few. Oh, that's kind of neat. Anyway. So if we want to go, let's do it here. We are at 4,000 feet at 2,400 RPM, 22.1 at 2,400. No, it's too noisy. 2,300, 228. So just about 2323. So we'll set up 2, 3 and 2, 3. Don't like the sound of that, it's too we're not in a hurry, so let's fly over these. The coastline here, drop down on the other side. So I'm just trimming it. Now, it helps if you turn off your flaps. So we probably has to check the flaps after landing. There is always something, isn't there? And that's why you have the takeoff checklist here. Flaps set, trim set, control free, control to the takeoff checklist. Yes, but do we have a after takeoff checklist somewhere around here? Yeah, I know it. I know that I have it on the EFB, but I know that I have it on the EFB, but this. Pull back a little bit in the throttle and go down here. do we have here? We can check. So this is Kamfumu village. Or community down here. Is this outcropping called something? What's that? Matambo BVC bed. Can someone tell me what BVC stands for? On Google Earth, I know what it stands for in Sweden. BVC stands for Barnavårdscentral. That's where you go when you have a kid or a child and they are really small. You recently had a child and you go there to check them up and weigh them and make sure they are developing, growing properly and everything. Then you go to BVC. But Matambo BVC, I wonder if it has anything to do with the because we have a Shikulu BVC here too. No, don't. What's that? Because the symbol it's a fishing. It's for fishing. So is this for tourists or is it for... I really need to get myself an iPad. Let's see if we can find Galasa shop. This is kind of fun. We are heading out in the lake and I have two reading glasses on top of each other right now. So one thing that I would really like is that if Microsoft and Google could be friends at least for this flight simulator, and no, that's probably not going to happen, but if they could, so you could have all the landmarks that are on Google Earth. Could have a small label saying provided by Google Earth or something below, so you could just pull up your cheat mode with all the landmarks and everything, airports and everything, and then you can pull up all the labels And then you can get all the things on Google Earth, like filters for restaurants, national parks, everything. Yeah, that's on my wish list, among other things. Just checking the clock here. We are still left of 12. We're going to change. Set timer på 3 minuter. Put my timer on my watch at 3 minutes. Remember, Apple boy. We're still hand flying, by the way. This is such a nice aircraft to fly. It's up there on my favorites. Good visibility because you're sitting so far forward from the way on the wings. Lots of buttons to push, lots of things to do. So if I wanted this village name, now I have to go out here and I have to compare. So where are we? We are could that be Martha's? Come on, this could be Martha's Amanaki Beach. Yes, it could be, but I can't see it. And now my timer is up. It's time to switch fuel tanks to the right side. So we'll turn on the fuel pump. Let it go for a little while. Turn the fuel to the right one. And then let it keep on going a little bit, and then turn off the fuel pump. See, I can do some things right. Set timer på 30 minuter. So now I've set my timer for 30 minutes. It's time to switch the fuel tanks again. Now we have estimated time of arrival here for 25 minutes, so we'll probably just switch to the fullest tank and land, but hey, I'm not really predictable in that way. I can do other stuff. So, so let's give the aircraft a little bit more juice and start our climb. Do 2424, and that's enough to do a nice climb. So I'm talking manifold pressure and RPM, so we put it at 2424. See how the natural thing is to nestle the village in between the high areas, so you have a natural source of protection from the elements. You see this all over the world. I was a few years ago, I was in Cornwall, England, and same thing there, all the villages nestled like this. In the coves, same in Sweden. It's just a natural thing to do. Look. Here also. See how the manifold pressure is slowly creeping back because we are gaining altitude and there is lower air pressure. So when I think I'll level out at 6,000 feet. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Autopilot. Do we have a yaw damper? Doesn't say. Maybe it's in op. Let's do heading mode. Heading mode. See, now the autopilot is fighting the slow down. I think the wind is coming from the lake and creating some turbulence when it comes over the edge here. Should be better in just a little while. Track is still 329. We are at 6,000 feet now, so we'll mess a little bit with this. Right about there, yeah. So we could just go straight over here, but we'll turn off the autopilot now and give it a little bit more fuel, and then we'll a little bit more prop and climb a little bit more because it's a bit bumpy down here. So this is where you have to be careful when flying in areas where that are seemingly close to sea level and pressure. It's easy if you didn't have the instruments to just look at that lake out there and think, oh, I'm just a couple of thousand feet up. But in reality, whereas in reality we are at 7,000 and climbing, so we have to be very conscientious about air density. So I have my manifold pressure topped out. The throttle is bang into the wall. So this is what we won't get anymore. So we'll set this to 8,000. Autopilot. Now we're in pitch, so we'll choose vertical speed up to 3. Careful. 4, 5. We are to the right of our flight path. Heading. We'll stay on the right, on the left side of our path here. See? We're at 8,000 feet. We are topped out. Don't have much more to give mixture wise either. So this will be a tight squeeze. It will be. Let's go to 10,000. Now we should be using oxygen, but let's do a very gentle climb. If I remember correctly, in Sweden 3,000 meters, so about 9,000 feet is the limit for oxygen. So let's do the Swedish limit. Let's stop at 9,000. Look at this landscape. Hey, how are we on fuel? Good. Everything is in the green. Eh. Let's see our destination runway. What altitude it's on. So it's almost at 4,000 feet. We need to be careful about that too. Still climbing up there. Is that an old volcano? We passed that thing. Let's check it out. And now let's see, did I arm it? Or did I not? Apparently I did. So we lost about 12 manifold pressure from this last climb. Okay, so this is the seat belt. That's kind of smart. With a button. So you can find it easily and you don't have to sit on it. Yeah, well, they should have it for the knee belt or the lap, not the knee, the lap belt too. Like a button here and a button here. So that's the shoulder harness. It goes... Where does it go? Yeah, I think they forgot to model that. I think it's supposed to go somewhere here. Yeah, well. So it's getting colder, but it's really, really dry, so we'll keep the pitot heat off. So I'm thinking we should drop down to 6,000 feet. Yeah, let's do that. 9, 8, 5. So we see something. Vertical speed. Now. Let's do 700. Now. Pull back. With this turbulence, not right now, but perhaps we get some with the wind coming down from the highlands behind us. We don't want to be in the orange area because I did that once and I broke the wings off the aircraft and it was not good. Arm. So runway 06 will do the OBS and we'll set this one to 0, 6, 9, 6. See? Now we have our runway here. We have our runway here. We can fly up to the line and then follow the line in. OBS is awesome. And also we can just check this here. I think we'll do the 7,000 actually, as I'm not familiar with this area, and I think that so 7,000. Two, three. Oh, I think we have some carb ice maybe. Sounds. I should have turned on the carb heat. Should have. So we'll just leave the carb heat on for a little while. And if there are any build-up of ice in the carburetor, we'll melt it off. No, wrong thing. That thing, nearest airport is. We are FZRB. Select the runway for landing. 6.
Foxtrot Zulu Romeo Bravo traffic. SE Tab Tango Alpha Bravo 71. 12 miles south, 7,000 feet, inbound to land. Runway 6, Foxtrot Zulu Romeo Bravo traffic.
We'll just announce on final, because we're doing a long final. Now, I think we'll sneak ourselves in between this valley here. And we'll drop down to 6,000 feet. Speed. Oh, wrong way. We're going down. And we have the carb heat on. Can turn off the autopilot actually. Let's fly the aircraft manually. Let's see where I have the trim. So this place is unfamiliar for me, so I don't know where the runway is, and thus this OBS mode thing is really nice to have. -22 degrees outside. Let's turn on the landing lights. And we'll change the tanks to the fullest one, and that's the left. We might as well leave the fuel pump on because we're 2 minutes out. We have the landing light, fuel pump on, everything is in green. Except speed, that's in orange. Might as well slow down. And we'll put RPMs on max. We'll go around this corner here. What have I forgotten? Off. I don't know if it's even working. So we have runway should be, yeah, there it is. Some flaps. Whoop. We can take our time, so we'll little settle, and then we take next flap. Let the aircraft settle. Trim it out. And then we have X flaps. 2.
Foxtrot Zulu Romeo Bravo traffic, SE Tab Tango Alpha Bravo 71 is on final. Runway 6 to land. Foxtrot Zulu Romeo Bravo traffic.
So the actual procedure is probably coming in from on this side of that crest, but hey. We did it our way. Now we are very high up, so we don't want to. We need to keep a little bit higher speed because of the density altitude. See, we are rather go a little bit more fast than too slow. And now the timer is up for changing the fuel tanks. We already done that. We have a itty bitty piece of crosswind. And there are cars on the runway, and we'll keep it flying, 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 and down. Nice. Flaps up. And we'll save the brakes, so we'll just roll out over here. Now we got the runway lights. I'm thinking we'll turn off the runway and just pretend that we are going to some of these bungalows over here. Yeah, here is a turn off. We'll park ourselves here. The grass is cut. Yep, this is nice. Parking brake on, radio. Well, I would have wanted to announce that I left the runway, but no. And it's getting hot. Fuel pump off. Fuel cut off. Fuel tank off. Down the light off. Magnetos. Trim. Do. Hook. Happy peppy. We open the door. Bloop. Bloop. And we get out. Listen to the tickly tick of the aircraft. Too cool. Yep. Yeah, we managed to dirty the thing up really good. Look at that. This is a good picture, right? Okay. Skitty peep. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so I can be a YouTube millionaire.